So it looks like both Honey and Lucas get into a heated discussion, and the entire episode is based on Honey not taking accountability. Hey guys, it's Murad Morali. Hope you guys are doing well today. Be sure to subscribe to this channel of mine. I massively appreciate it. And definitely follow me on Instagram, Murad_Morali. Thank you very much. Before I get into this video, massive appreciation for... I just checked out the teaser and I saw that my name was flooded in the comments. Now, granted, things didn't go as well, and I had to make that video and I wanted to just address stuff, but like, I don't feel like I need an apology from them. It's totally fine. Like, it is what it is. I've moved on from it. But much appreciation for everybody commenting. I appreciate it and I'm very grateful for it. Yeah, it's just very nice. I didn't expect it, and that's probably why, but thank you very much. But yeah, we'll just get straight into this particular video, where the main crux of this particular issue of this episode is the lack of accountability that Honey has been taking for what she did prior to leaving the show.
It's okay, cool, you're a certain type of way, fair enough. But at the same time, that doesn't mean we have to stand for it. We're all very strong characters. And at the end of the day, that's what the show's about. Like, put your best foot forward first. Put the foot that you want to put forward first. Do you get what I'm saying to you?
Of ownership. Thank you. The lack of ownership. Like, she keeps passing the blame on to somebody else. I'm not going to lie to you, Choma. If she come in, and I said this year, if she'd come in and said, do you know what? Esther, Choma, can I speak to you, please? Or even privately, Esther, can I speak to you in private? Choma, can I speak to you in private? Cool. What's the problem? Esther, I know me and you've got a lot of history. I know how it went down. I know I made some horrible...
Whether it was accusing them of being racist, coming for Chioma or Esther, or talking about them negatively in different stances and so forth, or bashing the show, but something to do with her manager and the issues that she had with him. But the issue that they have with her is the lack of accountability that she hasn't really taken. And what I find quite interesting is when they talk to her about it, i.e. Lucas, she gets very, very emotional. And of course, I wouldn't say everything is, immediately placed on her for blame, but she is, she should take accountability for most of the actions that have taken place. And from what we've seen and what we've heard from everything that's going on, from what the show's been, telling us. So the issue that Chioma and Esther have is that she hasn't taken accountability. She hasn't pulled them apart to the side. She hasn't said sorry to them, but cry and said that she sent an apology letter to the family. She attempted to pull Esther aside at the beginning when she first came, and they weren't being as cooperative. So really and truly, we can obviously tell that she obviously has been cooperative. She has spoken to them. She has attempted to communicate with them. So are Esther and Chioma just saying this because they want to build some drama, because that's something that they find comfortable being in? Or are they, telling the truth, and this particular person has not actually addressed them, hasn't said anything to them? Obviously we don't know because we're not there. We can only review and discuss more what we're being told. So really and truly, I do understand where Chioma and Esther are coming from, that they need some accountability from somebody that has hurt them, especially Chioma has been close. But if Honey has been saying that she sent an apology letter to Chioma's family, and she has attempted to pull Esther aside and things aren't really doing as well, how much can one do, really and truly, until something can be, fixed properly? So that seems to be the main issue for this entire episode. The fact that Honey hasn't taken accountability, the fact that she's obviously bashed everyone, and it makes sense. If you're making a big move and coming back into the house, people like Lucas or people like anyone in the house are going to question you. They're going to ask why. They're going to ask, what are your thoughts? Are you not upset? Why are you not upset? Are you not going to take, accountability for the blame and everything? So like, you can't really blame Lucas for asking those questions and for talking like that, because really and truly anybody would if they were in that position, if you think about it from his perspective.
Well, yeah, it's just expect everyone to just forgive you. Like, I don't even want to come across as bitter or something, but obviously she's put me in in a very bad position, and it ruined my market at a point. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, after everything you've done, she's coming here expecting all of us to be her friends, and then you can't apologise. You can't sit me down.
I'm asking you the question to get answers because you've said things. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I get you're frustrated, but it's cheeky, isn't it? Like, come on, I'm not even having a go at you here. I'm just letting you know, you upset us, saying when you feel upset. In the heat of the moment, there's so many things you said. We're not going to pick up on everything that you say. We all say things when we're angry.
We also have Nunu and B Money having a little, a bit of a conversation, which was actually quite hilarious. B Money definitely adds a comical element in it and is giving Biscuit a run for his money. I feel like he definitely is taking over as the funniest person in the house. He was making jokes. I was laughing. It was hilarious. Keep it up, because I feel like his comical element definitely is a refreshing element for the show. So I think that that's definitely funny. And we also have Sinead and Riva discussing. I don't know what it is, but in the last couple of episodes, maybe it's the way she's been presented, but I feel like Riva comes across as very messy now. I feel like she's doing certain things to just, you know, get a certain answer out of people, and it's just unnecessary. But one thing about Sinead that I really do like is I feel like she is very direct, very straightforward, and will just let you know, this is how I feel because of this, and will feel no way. And I feel like that sometimes can be healthy communication, and sometimes I feel like it's needed, and she presents it for when it is needed. Then we have Mark and Esther, you know, another romantic fling going on there. Biscuit's obviously trying to, you know, stir something up. But as Esther says, you can have a physical connection, but if there's no mental connection, what's the point? And I totally get where she's coming from. If there's no mental connection with somebody, you cannot get along with them, you cannot understand them, you cannot talk to them, you cannot, you know, begin to have any form of like enjoyment with them other than physical. And when it's just physical, you can get really tired of somebody very easily and very quickly, and things kind of just move on. We then have Mark, who sits next to Chioma and Esther and discusses the fact that he would have laced Honey if he was in that position, which basically means that he would have fought her physically. And apparently Chioma at one point wanted to, but really and truly, violence is never the answer. And if you begin to physically assault somebody at a Honey in the house, you'd be the one behind bars, not her. But think about it properly. Even if you weren't in the wrong, if you're physically fighting somebody, you are now in the wrong and you will go into prison. So violence isn't always the answer, and definitely in this case it's not the answer, so I have to disagree with Mark. And you know, he also expresses that he doesn't like it, that if anybody was speaking about him in a negative way, or you know, running their mouth about him, then he will obviously lace them and whatever. I don't believe Mark's answer is violence. I feel like it's definitely a pathway and a route that will only cause more destruction, more irritation, more drama, which I feel like is not needed for that particular situation with Honey, Chioma and Esther, especially Chioma and Honey, which has been going on for a very long time. So I don't agree with that. But then you also express that people are on their tiptoes, which I kind of understand from where it's coming from, and I do agree with that. People are a bit, you know, scared of each other. They don't want to address stuff, and if you're in a house, people, once you address somebody, you can't really leave that environment. You have to stay in it. So if you're staying in that environment, it can be toxic. But sometimes confrontation is needed. It doesn't have to be aggressive confrontation. It can just be normal verbal confrontation, which sometimes is needed in life. You have to let people know where they messed up and where you don't feel comfortable. You have to do it, really and truly. It doesn't have to be aggressive. But this is my smaller review of this particular episode. I feel like Honey was the main theme. The game was funny as well. But in terms of her, you know, eating the stuff around the sausage, I would have just happily said, I don't want to eat it. I don't want to participate in this game. And I'd feel no way. Like, I don't understand. I wouldn't be... Of course, you're only eating the bread, but if that's surrounded by all the pork and everything, you're probably eating some of the pork as well. I assume it was pork. So why are you doing it? Or if it wasn't halal. I would have just said, I'm Muslim, I don't want to do it. Each of their own. Like, it is what it is. People can do their own thing, and I really don't care whatever somebody does. But if I was in that position, I would have just said no and call it a day. Like, it's not that serious. But yeah, this is my smaller review of this particular episode. Hopefully you guys appreciate it. Definitely hit me up on my Instagram, Morali, and subscribe to this channel of mine. I would definitely appreciate it. And let me know what you guys think about this episode. Are you for or against Honey? What about, you know, B-Money and Nunu? Or what about Esther and Mark? Would they make good couples? And do you think Honey should take accountability, or do you feel like she's done enough and they're being the ones in the wrong? Who knows? Hit me up on my Instagram and I'll catch you guys soon.